I took the tea out of the tea bag, and in its place I poured in some 3 points. Not a bad substitute for a little celebratory cuppa. And victory does most indeed taste rather sweet. Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. And it is after Manchester United beat Brentford 2-1 from coming from behind after a first half travesty. A half of football where I believe we started off rather lackluster, very sluggish, very conceding the game, if you will. And it looked like sluggish United, Brentford starting strong. It was already a superstition thing that Brentford had this knack of for like 4 games running, coming into this one, scoring a goal within like the first 75 seconds, I think it was. Well, we survived that test. It instead of 40 or 75 seconds, it took about 47 minutes, 48 minutes. And a bit of a travesty about it as well, because there's two things. The referee, I think, managing the situation with Matthias de Ligt in the situation that we found ourselves right at the very end of the half, basically directed de Ligt to go off the pitch to be treated for a cut on the head that he had attained from being kneed in the head, which is a bit weird because in that instance, I think they gave a foul against Matthias de Ligt, despite getting absolutely proper UFC knee to the side of the head, and causing issues there. But all throughout the first half was treated on the touchline, going off to the touchline, coming back on, then going back off again, then coming back on. And for some weird reason, Manchester United medical team could not figure out how to get this wound to stop bleeding. It would just constantly start bleeding again. They didn't fix it until the second half, but that was too little too late in that case, because the corner set piece that the referee told de Ligt to get off the pitch, he then situated the corner, and Brentford scored from it. A header. I think it's Pinnock that scored it, one of their centre backs. Very, very commanding header. More or less near post. I think there was an issue with tracking his movement in the box, and just got a half yard and mismatch in physicality, and very flourish header, and nothing Onana could do about it whatsoever. Not the first time, though, from the set piece that Brentford could have taken the lead. I think the first 20-30 minutes was all Brentford. Absolutely nothing. Like, Manchester United had absolutely nothing to do with that game from kickoff. Quite a few chances. I think Rutter, I think his name's Rutter, should have buried his chance from a cross, but he swing and a miss in Rutter's case, and no conversion there. But a bit lucky for Manchester United to not find themselves in quite a big hole, quite a big deficit, because by the time we sort of get after that sort of opening 30 minutes or so, it's a bit like Southampton, to be honest. But no goals, lucky to not be punished from it. No penalties I have to deal with, so that's something else. But we started to string a few bits together, a few things. Interesting choice of team. Interesting choice of team, it must be said. Um, I predicted that we would see something a little bit like that back line with Evans coming into the fray, and either him or Martinez would be pushed out to play left back, and in this case it was Martinez. Ericsson, Casemiro, Fernandez, as predicted. Rashford on the left, as predicted. Two surprises though. Garnacho, who was a fitness question mark coming into this game, and as was Rasmus Højlund. But instead, Ten Hag decided, you know what, I'm going to put faith in these guys. They seem to be ready to go, raring to go. And I suppose in the case that the um, two surprise starting players were the two goal scorers today, and both assists coming from the likes of Rashford's very sumptuous cross from Rashford and very good positioning from Garnacho, and hits it first time as well, which is a lovely finish. Lovely finish from Garnacho second half. And just a very lively performance as well. And what's interesting is that Garnacho was on the left and Rashford was playing over on the right. His right foot being strongest and using his right foot for a bit more of a precision cross. And a winger setting up another winger is more or less how the cookie should be crumbling in this sense. You know, a winger creating is not a common theme for Manchester United players, a Manchester United team. Wingers creating things. No, that's it. Not Rutter. That's a Brighton player. Jorginho Rutter, that is. It's Sade. That's it. Sade. But yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. Switching wingers, keeping things interesting for the defence to have to keep up with. And Højlund, very quiet day at the office, very, very quiet day at the office, but he took his goal very, very, very well also. It's the sort of acute type, one touch, flickety flick football that's just a knock on from Bruno into Højlund's run past the final man, and rather than trying to place it far post or near post or smash it, just a little chip over the goalkeeper, just a neat finish. A lot of composure to it, no blood rush to the head and needing to do anything ludicrous or crazy, just straightforward, calm, composed finish. And that's what you need in front of goal. You need some composure. Get some composure in front of goal, and you'll be taking some big chances. Ericsson missed some big chances today, and it looked like first half it would be more of the same. But thank goodness that we found breakthroughs in the second half, because then that it gives us the points for the day. I predicted that we'd win 2-1. I did predict that we'd win 2-1. And finding ourselves 1-0 down against Brentford at home, people would probably have been saying, I wish we had Scott McTominay still. I wish we'd have Scott McTominay still. Well, no, I wish we didn't have Scott McTominay. And thankfully, my wish came true. So suck on that for starters. But secondly, Garnacho, for a good performance today, to be fair to him, Rashford was okay, a bit wasteful, bad decision making at times. I think Garnacho had one or two moments of bad decision making, but the rest of the performance was relatively good. I thought Delo was a little bit hit and miss, a little bit unfortunate at the end of the game to not put the ball between the goalkeeper's legs, because the goalkeeper went low to stop his shot at the very end of the game. So a bit unfortunate right at the death. Johnny Evans, relatively steady performance, I think, in the sense that one thing he doesn't usually do is be quite aggressive to the man that's got the ball outside of the box or inside the box. He likes to sort of step off a little bit. That half yard he affords to his opponents and opens the option for the shot. And yeah, so I think all around the performance wasn't too bad, wasn't fantastic, scintillating Manchester United. Um, it did what it needed to do, and it was Manchester United that ultimately deserved 3 points at the end of the day, and it was a 3 points gain for Manchester United. As far as the team goes, barring the surprise entries with Højlund and Garnacho, um, there's a relatively expected team, and I can't have any complaints about it. I think the substitutions that were made, um, yeah, fairly interesting. I think Mazraoui on at the very, very end, just giving him minutes at the very depth of the game there. Not overly too sure as to why that sort of substitution was necessary. I think Lindelof came on for Johnny Evans more or less towards the end of the game. Probably just as fresh legs to definitely see out the last couple of minutes, because we did have I think about 6 or 7 minutes of stoppage time at the end. And Manuel Ugarte had to come on to replace Casemiro. I think went off with a bit of a knock. So hopefully that is not too serious there. No sign of Amad Diallo or Anthony. So yeah, make of that what you will. Xerxes came on, and nothing overly too dramatic there either. So yeah, I just think on the whole, it's I'm happy that we've won the game. Happy that it was a bit, it looked worrying at the very start of things, at the start of proceedings, but we got there. We eventually got there, guys. We eventually got there. Um, and now it's your next challenge, next test. Fenerbahce away against Mourinho. So we played against Thomas Frank's defensive Premier League side, and now we're going to go play away to Jose Mourinho's Turkish defensive side. So two low block teams, I think, this week, and plenty of work for the attack to do to really break teams of low blocks down. And yeah, hopefully it's a sign of things to come. I know people will say, well, hopefully this is the start of our season. Oh, we finally won a game. I'm not going to get too carried away with anything whatsoever. I'm just gonna say straight up, this is just 3 points today. Let's worry about midweek now, and let's think about how are we going to go and get 3 points against Fenerbahce midweek. And as to when that is, what day that's on, I think it's either Wednesday or Thursday. I think it must be Thursday. It has to be Thursday, isn't it? On the 24th. Hold on a minute. Yes, it's Thursday. Thursday next week. And then the Thursday after that will be the end of October. It'll be Halloween. Halloween. But yeah, we're not far away from Christmas, guys. This is ludicrous. This is crazy. Like, what's going on? Where's the year gone? Where on earth has this year gone? It's a madness. It's a mad one. But let me know what you guys think about that game and performance in the comment section down below. We'll take that 3 points collectors. My tea bag, my flavoured 3 point tea. The right sort of bag, that is. 3 points tea. It's the only bag that any guy should be worried about. Aside from money bags, of course, and the bag downstairs in the nether regions. Those two bags are quite important as well. But aside from that, we shall get to checking in on Arsenal. No Bukayo Saka for him. Saka finally is missing out a game of Arsenal. Crazy, crazy scenes. Not used to this. Not used to this. And I suppose as well the Ten Hag out brigade. We're all going to be depressed. We're all going to be a little bit depressed because at some point it's like things aren't necessarily really going to change. Not not for a little while yet. So we have to put up with banter for a fair few weeks, maybe months more before we really sort of can say that we're going to get out of this little rut that we're in. Um, but yeah, let's see what happens. Onwards and upwards. We hope. We hold our hope. We hold out hope, and we pray. Us atheists, agnostics, Christians, Muslims, whoever, we pray for Manchester United to find fortunes again. And yeah, hopefully we do find just that. Make sure to smash them likes on the video and subscribe and all of that good stuff. And don't forget to leave your thoughts and verdicts about the game in the comment section down below. Are you back to Ten Hag in? Or are you still very much affirmed in your beliefs that the manager must be changed? Let's see how things crack down over time. Until then, we'll see you definitely tomorrow for the Sunday night takeaway show. My last day of holiday as well. I've been off for 2 weeks. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to going back to work. I don't want to go back to work. But we have to do what we got to do. Got to do what you got to do. Take care, people. We'll see you on the next one.